Hey, so recently a lot of the content I made about what we do after we retire, like what's the first few things that we do when XRP, XLM, XDC, all of these ISO 222 tokens, when they've gone to certain levels in the portfolio, and then what to do. So I'm going to briefly go over that again and add another layer to it. I know that lots of people have really changed their mind and outlook on how they see XRP and what the end game is for XRP. And I saw the Wall Street Bull, who's a creator on YouTube and TikTok. Thank you very much for posting me on your channel. But I'm going to go a step further here and actually add another layer of mind blow. I've over the last few years, I've read so many books about money and wealth, starting with, the classic one that everyone has, which is Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And then you go into the psychology of money and The Richest Man in Babylon. And all of these books really, really help you get an understanding of money. And actually, I've got a little storefront on Amazon of all the books that I've read that have helped me kind of get to where I am today in terms of my knowledge. I'm not saying that I've got tons of knowledge, but these books really helped me get to where I am. I'll leave all of those books in the description just in case you want to have a read. So let's go over the plan briefly again. While we have no idea when it's going to happen, things are pointing towards November, December, January for the price for XRP and the other X tokens to go a bit wild, right? And so it is possible, I have no crystal ball, but it's possible that our portfolios could reach a sufficient level that could retire us. If we have a huge USD or GBP value in our portfolio, what we next need to rely on are the banks and institutions offering staking products. This would allow us to give our crypto in our cold storage wallet to the institution so they can have the crypto in their custody. And while it's in their custody, you can earn an interest. That would be staking. That interest is anticipated to be between 7 and 15%. We know there are institutions working on it. UC have mentioned it in documentation. I know Santander have discussed what their rates would be for crypto staking. So this is all plans that are in motion. Likely they're already ready to go. They just haven't made it publicly available yet. They would obviously need to wait for a huge transfer of wealth that's coming before they started offering something like that. But what I said in my last video is that you actually take some off the top. Right, so you've got 100% of your portfolio that you want to take to the institution. I was saying take 20% off the top and use that for fun money. That would be if you really wanted a Lambo, buy your Lambo. If you want to eat Wagyu steak every day, there's your money to do so. If you wanted to buy real estate just as an initial investment, there you go. That's your money. If you want to buy a new house, there's your money. That's the fun money. That 20% off the top, I think a lot of that was taken from the audience as, oh, I'll actually off-ramp that. And when I say off-ramp, that means you take the money from off the blockchain into your bank account. That's off-ramping. And of course, when you buy crypto from the bank into the blockchain, that's on-ramping. So most people thought I meant off-ramping. However, there's something you learn in the books that I talked about. There's something that is a common theme. And that is credit. Credit is really, really interesting, especially for us who are going to be high net worth individuals and we're going to be handling a lot of money here. And it's not that we want to avoid paying taxes. It's not that. We probably all want to contribute taxes to our respective countries. However, we're working with a lot of money here. Okay, so if we're paying 40% tax on 100 million, that's $40 million that we're giving away. Right? We're giving $40 million. So if we can find a way to make that $20 million instead of 40, we're going to explore that because still $20 million in tax is still a lot of money. One thing you'll understand about money as time goes on is that credit is tax-free. Credit's the whole reason America became so powerful. Everyone was buying in credit and people could live lives larger than what they could actually afford. And the majority of the money that circulates around the US and probably around the world is credit. And to incentivize spending, economies around the world would say, here, take some credit, go out and spend, and you can pay it back with a little bit of interest. Sometimes when the interest is so low, borrowing makes more sense than actually spending cash, right? And so when you actually borrow money from the bank, you don't pay tax on it, which is crazy. So here's what I want to pose to you. You take your 100% of your crypto portfolio to said institutions. You say, I want to stake 80% of that and I want to borrow against, I want to collateralize, that's what it's called. I want to collateralize the remaining 20%. You can hold it in your custody. So now the institution have 100% of your custody, but you're staking 80% of it and you're borrowing against the 20%. So now what you've got is a situation where your crypto hasn't off-ramped, it hasn't left the blockchain, it's remaining on your ledger, all of it remaining on your cold storage wallet. You've got access now to tax-free cash that you can spend on whatever you want. And as the price of XRP increases and you're earning an interest with the other 80%, you're paying off the loan that you've got against your 20% of assets in XRP, XLM, whatever. And so all of a sudden, what you've got is a system where you've got access to unlimited money, tax-free, and you can pay it off. That's the situation that we're looking at. And this is the situation that high net worth individuals can put themselves in, because it takes a lot of money to be able to apply something like that into the way you work. This isn't stuff that you can do at a low net worth level. And as I said in my last video, there is a way that low net worth individuals consistently view things. They view things the way that only fits the framework of where they are. And if you can do your research, go the extra mile, learn how the 1% think, you start to realize that there are games that they play with money, like borrowing is tax-free. They actually understand that borrowing large amounts of money is better if you've got assets to collateralize against. And if you're earning interest or passive income on other assets, you're basically paying off the loan that you're getting anyway. So it's free money. Anyway, I thought that might be interesting to everyone. It's real difficult to kind of, the channel's really gone crazy recently, and there has been added pressure on me trying to ensure that the quality of content that I deliver is up to standard. And it seems like every single video from the last maybe 10 videos has been hitting the mark, so I'm glad about that. If you've got anything that you want me to cover in the following videos, because it's hard to think of content all the time, please do leave those in the comments. The next video that I have coming out, I'm trying to do a deep dive into this algorithm visual thing that I saw that represents how the price of XRP affects its ability to transfer around the world. It's incredibly complicated, but I'm trying to bring that in a layman's terms way to the audience. But it's probably one of the more bullish things I've ever seen about XRP, just because it's mathematically showing you algorithmically at a certain price and a certain volume of transactions, this is what the price has to be of. This is how much strain the Ripple network has to be under. And I know in the HDAO community on Discord, it's been talked about. The whole retirement plan and everything has been discussed at length. So I want to thank everyone who's kind of contributed to that as well. It really just helps like shape my thoughts, and sometimes even gives me kind of new ideas and new thought processes. So I want to thank the HDAO community for that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay emotionless out there, and I'll see you in the next one.